to friend. Can't you say anything? Okay, I'll start off. My name is Wyatt, and you are?
Yo, DJ! Our girls want to dance some more. What's up? He let you go.
Man, homie tripping. Bryson on those white lines, you know what I mean?
You know what, man? Don't sweat it. Jabba the Hutt probably got corn stuck up his tailpipe.
Oh my, was that slang? That was the most interesting thing I heard from a ghetto person.
Oh, shit.
You use metaphors to make fun of the people you hate. So that was talking Negro.
Oh, shit.
It's just like TV. It sounds very interesting, but I don't think people of my brain capacity could understand a word any of you were saying. Allow me to enunciate. My name is Wyatt Flinkin, and lately I've been thinking here that nobody here can talk. See, I come from Springfield, and it's a bit simple as learning to walk. So what is the problem, homie? Did your speech just go away? Metaphors may help you, but not me. I don't know what you people say. I learned from the preachers and masters and teachers that have to speak a lot. They taught me the basics, and I have the patience to change your speech on the block. You want to sound like smart people, but you want to sound okay. I'll demonstrate how you act. It's silly how you people play.
This crack is crazy.
This is gonna be fun.
Ladies and gents, black impressions from an 80s honky.
Howdy, boss. You jive, turkey. Hey, Weezy! Oh, my Mary from Alabama. Dynamite! What child of devil made me do it? Peace, love, and soul. Oh, it's a big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join, honey. So don't get discouraged, my friends. I only want to understand exactly what you people.
You don't know what you people.
I hope we can be equal.
You don't know what you people.
My words are very simple.
Poor ignorant honky.
I don't know what you people say. No, siree, I don't know what you people say.
Hello, my name is Dante Pirtle, and I'm the playwright as well as composer and creator of Word the Urban Musical. Word the Urban Musical was created in 2006 in the University of Minnesota Duluth. Created by me with an actual idea that came into my mind after seeing the film Breakin', especially the ending of the idea of combining cultures and putting them together in one show. But the more I got involved in such a show, and the more I wanted to at least display just a little bit of hip-hop history, it became a satire of its own in regards to the idea of communication and how within these cultural lines communication can be skewed and or just challenged in many different ways. In a sense, that's where the actual title comes in handy of word and how much we use our words and what these words actually mean to somebody else specifically. But anyways, let's go to the history of it. Within the year 2006, of course, I just kind of into the actual realm of writing this show, but not necessarily what exactly to do with it. But it got to an actual point in which I wanted to get this show produced and or performed in some way, shape, and form. So I officially got done with it after 2 years of first writing the script, then getting a chance to have a reading, then having the music written, then officially having a full sing read-through, then at one point of actually getting this submitted for the Minnesota Fringe Festival in Minneapolis. So within that time frame, it was a matter of working the show and at least getting someone who wanted to have some sort of interest or intrigue in order to push this together. But the main focus that I wanted to have was to have some form of hip-hop in some way, shape, and form put on stage. But I didn't want necessarily a hip-hop musical, because that's one misconstrued just mindset that's been put on stage for so many times. I mean, obviously you have shows like In the Heights, like Hamilton, and even a few others that have yet to be listed right now that may be on the exact same realm, but I don't believe anything has been written like what I've written for Word the Urban Musical, in a sense in which I'm kind of diving into the idea of communication and what kind of communication, or at least what communication means to one particular group as opposed to somebody else, and how exactly it can be misconstrued and changed in some way, shape, and form. So, the year 2009, it was done for Minnesota Fringe. And we had a few a few, connections, a few people who actually liked it, but others kind of downplayed it and treated it like it was a high school production and could care less about it. So obviously, I had to go back to the drawing board and trying to see who more I can actually get involved in such a show. It was, I think, one of the toughest things that I had to get with in this play was trying to find B-boys and B-girls for the show, because obviously it's one of the main dance arts that's really scarce within the United States, at least within Minnesota's sake. I know we have a lot of lyricists up here, we have a lot of poppers up here, we have a few breakers, not that many, and we have a lot of dancers that actually do get involved in some way, shape, and form. But in the end of it all, it was a matter of how exactly do I push this forward. So, after a year of a break, I submitted it again for the Minnesota Fringe. This time, we had a short little promotional grant that was going on for the Minnesota Fringe, in which we kind of got it in for literally no cost whatsoever. And we had a much better review. At least this time, I was able to add on like another character. And these characters are kind of based on people that I've known throughout my life. But how exactly do I blend this into such an 80s satire? That was the main big ordeal with Word, is to try to put at least a little bit of that satire on stage, but also having such dialogue in conjunction with communication, how communication and what it means to people of different culture, mainly black and white culture, obviously, but different cultures altogether. Hip-hop has like a really strong narrative in this show. As of 2011, we had one of the best reviews in the Minnesota Fringe Festival, and since then, it's been a matter of kind of keeping it on the shelf. Not that I wanted to, but I kind of had no choice. I'm a Twin Cities artist, along with a Minneapolis educator, as well as a Air Force veteran. So obviously my time in working in productions here and there have been really, really scarce within that time frame. And it was only until after the influential George Floyd incident that really kind of sparked just a little bit of aggression at me, which made me say, this show needs to be done. I don't know how it's going to be done, but I know the show needs to be done, and it needs to be done in some way, shape, and form. And was willing to work with an individual by the name of Paul von Stolzel, who is notorious for working on horror plays. Originally, we had a play that was in mind, but there was some controversy involving the Rhymesayer Syndicate, which I've been informed that I probably shouldn't do this play, but it's a zombie play, and that's going to be something I'm going to keep under my hat for the time being. But we decided to move forward with Word because it just felt absolutely necessary, and almost in a realm, I'd say a little bit in the realm of Do the Right Thing, especially the ending of Do the Right Thing, like that kind of communication all throughout the show. But in the end, of course, we were not believing that COVID-19 would absolutely mess this up. So obviously, we're trying to push it to have like a solid radio broadcast and have it live on the radio. Obviously, the COVID cases have started to spike, so we may be doing, I'd say, 2 to 4 performances for the time being in Minneapolis right now. We want to believe that our performances will be recorded, or at least a few scenes will be recorded, so we will have some time to have it presentable for you all in the safety of your homes. But for now, Word the Urban Musical, if I were to put it in any kind of way, shape, and form, think about the dialogue that you've seen in the film Do the Right Thing. Now add on the kind of stylings and even dances, and as well as the time spectrum of breaking. And this is basically where this show is set. And it's set in the form of musical theater, which I didn't think was actually physically possible. And to be honest, with the success of In the Heights and the success of Hamilton, I figured I was in trouble. But if this is something that you actually would love to get involved with and actually connect with, you can absolutely connect with me at Dante Pirtle 83 at Gmail to see more information on Word the Urban Musical, or also connect with my Facebook page. That is, until we can actually get the funding to develop it and build it to its own web page. But Facebook.com/Word the Urban Musical. I mean, we'll be making posts randomly from here and there, but obviously the posts that we have about the show will be coming much, much later in time. But with your help, we can make this so much bigger. So thank you for the time out to actually sit and listen to me and can try to connect with me. But yes, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Blessings for your time and listening, and if you have more questions, please do not hesitate to message me. Stay focused. Peace.
One thing we forgot to mention is that our man Corey collects records for a living.
And this city doesn't have much music for anyone to cop. Thank God for the radio, right?
Hey, all you hipsters, tricksters, and funky fresh listeners. This is Magic Man with the master plan on WGRN 108 Rain Storage. My career as well as this radio station has ran its course and is about to end in 3 seconds. See ya. Bullshit.
I can't believe this. Shouldn't we be jamming right now? Does somebody hate us?
He didn't even say.
Why the radio just went down.
Where's Run DMC?
Am I low on battery?
Our dial search is buried to the ground.
Man, I don't want to cross the cat.
No music for trap.
Cause our boombox gives no sound. So here's the story from our broadcast town. Were you there when the radio just went down? It's so boring, there's nothing for us to bump loud. Were you there when the radio just went down? The radio's gone.
I'm bored jam today.
The radio's gone.
I wanted to hear some Marvin Gaye.
The radio's gone.
And all I hear is sad.
Cause the radio's gone. The radio's gone.
This is just a dream,
The
right?
radio's gone.
Man, where's Rappers D's light?
The radio's gone.